here with you with 18 glimmering minutes to say something that matters. And you there with your ears wide open, ready and willing to listen to what I have to say. Who am I to be in such a lucky position? I'm not decorated. I didn't fight in any war. I didn't fly to the moon. I wasn't homecoming king at any big name college. I don't have a bazillion hits on YouTube. I don't even have half of a hit on YouTube. I haven't published any best-selling novels. I haven't even published a single novel. I'm just a guy. I'm just a regular, average guy. And maybe that's the point. Woke up this morning, up with the rising sun. There were 3 ghetto kids on my doorstep. They were spitting some freestyles with melodies pure and true, singing, "This is our message to you, you. You better worry about some things, because every little thing will never be alright. Oh, you better worry about some things, because every little thing will never be alright." I learned it from Kafka. Metamorphosis taught me about the way the world would shut you out for not conforming to the numbers. I fell into a deep slumber. I had the same dream as Martin Luther King, woke up and felt reality sting. Mary Shelley wrote about the same thing, how isolation in the nation leads to soul deterioration, how it slows the motivation to live. And then you wonder why we see pain in our kids. I see past more than what a mask might tell, and understand more than what all the words might spell. I see the place to get to, only your hope will let you free, like the truth will set you steadily, constant like time, verbally stopping your mind for all its worth. I swear to earth, then I'm devoted to rhyme, the same way the moon and stars are devoted to shine. Through poetry and dope beats, I avoided a crime that most men fall victim to. The whole truth is what I spit at you. It's critical and indivisible, who's slipping through the life I'm living through. Give me a pen and pad and I'm okay. I write poems constantly just to pass the day, while I'm always racing within this world that I was made in. I never let school get in the way of my education. I set my pace when times is tough, like the soles of some Timberland boots. I'm here to stay a long time, not a minute or two. If you can feel it in your chest, then I'm getting to you. If you're releasing all your stress, then I'm getting to you. If I cause you to manifest, then I'm getting to you. The mark I make stays permanent, like Bob Marley and Co. I stay turning it. Buddha bless the life, let's stay learning it. This much more than what our hands can touch. But when the world gets in the way, that's when we all get stuck. That's when we all go nuts. That's when it's all too much for us to handle, culminating in government scandals. I let my rage fight against the machine and liberate the matter that inside the yellow submarine. I take it to another scene and reconnect it to the dream that we all have to make it to the world that is sacred, where everyone is peacefully related. Hate crime, outdated. Love crime is underrated. Tranquility's the peace beneath the patience. Short attention spans got the whole world waiting, while the whole world's breaking into itsy-bitsy pieces. Destruction is the thesis, conclusions drift well beyond our reaches. Corrupt with what we learn from those teachers who supply the media's constant need to feed the legions, so our own man eaches. Community support is not believed in, so the focus on material is truly what defeats us. You can run and go and tell it to your preacher, and hopefully they will have a prayer that won't defeat you. We street meat eaters, we travel the globe like heat seekers. I can't solve it, guess I'll leave it up to Jesus. Woke up this morning, up with the rising sun. There were 3 ghetto kids on my doorstep. They were spitting some freestyles with melodies pure and true, singing, "This is our message to you, you. You better worry about some things, because every little thing will never be alright. Oh, you better worry about some things, because every little thing will never be alright." Now, I've been teaching in the public school system for about 10 years, and those who know me best would most likely define me as an ultra optimist. And while I would readily agree with that claim, I would not be honest if I didn't tell you that although I always try to focus on the positives, the great reality of it all is every little thing will never be all right. There's always going to be struggle. But that doesn't mean we're doomed. You see, the question is, and the question that I often ask myself and I ask my students is, what will you do with your struggle? In a world that chucks so much stress at you, how do you manage? In a world where every little thing will never be all right, how do you move forward? How do you succeed? You see, I can only speak from my experience. But this question of how it is you can achieve, even in the face of all the obstacles that the world throws at you, is what brings me to the idea of embracing struggle. So what I want to talk to you about today is the only way I know how to overcome struggle, which is by embracing it, by getting all cuddly with struggle, snuggling up next to it and grabbing it by its face, looking it in its eye and saying, "Struggle, I love you. I'm so glad you're here. You're going to make me stronger." Now, I currently teach and have taught kids that deal with all sorts of struggles, and sometimes those kids allow their struggles to block them from achieving their goals. Kids that come from single-parent households and kids that go home to parents that might be sick or have parents that are incarcerated, kids that come from a low socioeconomic background and have adult-like responsibilities for caring for themselves and maybe their siblings as well. And while these struggles, out of the many, many more that exist, might cook up a sympathy within us, we cannot fall victim to feeling sorry for ourselves. We must move forward. Therefore, we must embrace our struggle. The struggles are there, so we might as well use them as fuel for achievement. It is my hope to get kids to realize that they need to not only embrace their struggles, but to look at them as gifts. It is my hope to get kids to look you in the eye and smile and say, we are not afraid of struggle. We welcome it because we know it makes us stronger. Now, when I talk about this topic in my classroom, I often break it down like this. There are two people that enter a weightlifting gym. There's person A and there's person B. Now, person B walks over to their curling bar and they put a feather on the right side and they put a feather on the left side of the bar. And they lift up that bar and get ready to curl. They're in front of the mirror checking themselves out and they're going to work out. And they lift that bar and it's easy. They're working out. They're feeling good. Now this is easy, man. It's so darn easy. Look at me. I'm building muscle. I'm getting stronger. I'm done. Wipe away sweat that's not even there. Now person B walks over to their curling bar and they throw on their weights on the right side, clank, clank, and they throw the weights on the left side, clank, clank, and they go to pick up that bar and they have a goal in their mind to curl it 5 times, and they stand up with it slow and sturdy, lift, and they curl that first time. They complete that first curl. And they curl it a second time, but they can start to feel the weight a little bit. And by the 3rd time, their arms are shaking. Okay, there's pain in it, but they know that they have a future goal of curling it at least 5 times, and they let that 3rd one back down, and they come up for that 4th curl, and about halfway through, their arms are shaking, the veins are bulging, and their arms are just in so much pain they want to give up. But they take that energy from that pain that they feel in that struggle and they channel it towards their goal, which is to curl 5. So they complete that 4th curl, they let it down, and on the 5th curl, they take everything in them in their struggle and they curl it and they pull it up to their chin and they drop it. Arms swollen, aching from all that weight. Now, when you compare person A to person B, you know that at the end of the day, person A, the one that had not had a struggle, didn't really build anything. And person B, the person that wanted to give up at a certain time, the person that felt pain but instead channeled that pain and that anger from it and put it towards achieving their goal, it was person B, the person that struggled, that became stronger. Now, the major difference between person B's struggle and the struggles that you and I often deal with is the fact that person B chose their struggle. And we are often just born with ours. But where do we go from there? Do we stay stagnant, complacent with the fact that things are hard, stash it away deep in our pockets and pull it out on a rainy day as an excuse or a reason as to why we didn't achieve a goal? No. We cannot do that. We must move forward. Therefore, we must embrace our struggle. We must begin believing that our struggles, or better yet, how we manage our struggles, will make us stronger. My name is Ryan Terrence Parker, and just like many of you, I too have faced a lot of struggle in my life. I come from a single-parent home, raised by a single-parent mother. I grew up in low-income housing. I was a latchkey kid from the age 9 on up. Now I'm a latchkey man. I definitely have faced a lot of struggles in my life coming up. I also, by the age of 15, had the responsibility of playing a father-like role to my younger brother and helping to raise him and to take care of him, often when my mom was out working on becoming a dental assistant. Based on the fact that I'm perceived as an African-American male and come from a low socioeconomic background, there are many statistics out there that would tell you that it was a slim to none chance that I would actually be here today giving you a TED Talk. And although the way that I have perceived, or the way that I have delivered my information to you thus far may be perceived as sugar-coated or might have a sugar-coated vibe to it, or might echo a notion of simplicity, I would not be honest if I didn't tell you that embracing and overcoming struggle is way easier said than done. I would not be honest if I didn't tell you that sometimes I feel like the world's against me, so I just want to strap on a black jacket and back smack it with a stack of axes, ignite it with a pack of matches and stomp it like a flame out of control. Let me slow down, I'm getting out of my soul, but what I feel is who I am. I've seen it on silver screens and magazines with airbrush schemes overlapping dirty with clean, but it's not what it seems, so don't trust your eyes. It's the good that settles and the dust that flies, and every day we're blinded by it. Sometimes it's hard to see past the constant thickness of hateful riots, and so we trip where we walk and fall down and get back up to fall down again. I've seen it in between the wrinkles of old men, limping with tattered canes, all scattered-brained about the change that came like rain on a warm, sunny day. Twitching to the fact that we've been pouring money's way, and if you got it, that's all that counts. I've seen it in the way that basketballs bounce off of blacktop city streets, where kids hike from school like bad notes, hike from beats like vegetarians hike from meat. I've seen it in the way that trees lean, mortared by a tornadic breeze, consisting of industries, notion of breed, and so we breathe contamination. We might as well masticate the malignant and swallow it whole. Let me slow down, I'm getting out of my soul. But what I feel is who I am. So now, here's the part where you say, okay, Mr. Big-eared, Mr. Crazy, fluffy-haired man, you told us that overcoming struggle is hard and that the key to overcoming struggle is embracing it. But how do you do it? When your back is pressed flat against the wall and the weights are piled on, how do you lift? Now, like I said, I don't have a perfect answer for you. I'm just a guy. All I can tell you is what I know based on what I've lived. And what I know is this: you have to be good. And I don't mean to sound all after school specially, but it's true. You have to be the best that you can be, even in the face of all the difficulty that you have to deal with. You have to be good. You have to keep perspective. You have to highlight the positives and the good that you do have in your life, no matter how small it is. And you have to recognize there's always somebody out there fighting a tougher battle. You have to compartmentalize. Because sometimes all that load of struggle is hard to handle all at once. So you need to break it down and handle it one struggle at a time. Just take it one struggle at a time. You need to channel that energy that comes from frustration and focus it. And take that anger and pain and sometimes sadness and focus it so that it transforms into determination. You need to hype yourself up inside. You got to cook up like this competitiveness inside. This competitive spirit that actually screams, you know what? I'm going to beat the odds. Watch me. You have to stay focused. You need to cry. You need to laugh. And most of all, you just need to keep trying. Now, how do I know that it's possible to overcome struggles? Well, because the heroes, or my heroes that have come before me and that have come during me and after me, have proven it. Shout out to Phyllis Wheatley. Shout out to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Shout out to Ella Vista. Shout out to Malala Yousafzai. Shout out to my mother, who raised me all by herself, never stopped using her struggle as fuel when it was hard. The lights were out, there was only a piece of bread left and macaroni inside of a bowl, and she went hungry so that I could eat. I love you. Shout out to every hard-working parent. Shout out to all of our soldiers who put their lives on the line to protect ours. Shout out to my 19-year-old baby brother who is currently in rehab struggling with drug addiction. I know that the days are dark now, but it's going to get better. I believe in you. I know that you're going to make it. Shout out to every student in Manchester, Connecticut, and every student around the world who wakes up each and every day with weights stacked on their back, but they still move forward with passion and desire in their hearts, and with the ability and the drive and desire to want to beat the odds. You are my favorite heroes. May you never stop using your struggle as fuel to achieve. Click, clack, onomatopoeia in the mix. Match, you don't even know unless you stood at the bottom of the box in my hood, but this ain't another poor me poem. Stereotypical, running life out of breath, elliptical, words splashed in the night, glitter glass in my sight, destination is a dream, close your eyes and write with me. Feel the impossible, bring heat to your heart like tropical, cool words on my lips like popsicles, destination is the light around the moon when it shines at night. Bright's the emphasis, H-A-T-E, my nemesis, L-O-V-E, the end of it. Write a poem, plant a seed, watch it grow from a bud to a tree. Clap with me. Write a poem, plant a seed, watch it grow from a bud to a tree. Clap with me. Write a poem, plant a seed, watch it grow from a bud to a tree. Fight your struggle with me. Write a poem, plant a seed, watch it grow from a bud to a tree. Peace.